Sports Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
For blow with a trip to the Sweet 16 on the line. Hoiberg, no, missed, yes! Nickel, 3 on the timer. Bing, no! Rebound to Sanford. Final 8 seconds. Fred Hoiberg's going to let him play it out. Frager! Vanderbilt, no timeouts. Half court heave! Oh! Tanner in and out! And Nebraska is on to the Sweet 16.
And here we go. 8.9 to play. Sturts with the catch. Sturts bounce pass to the corner. Bulgaris for 3. Oh! Oh! 9 to play. Lee speeding toward the basket. Lee leaves it underneath. That's it. Iowa for the first time since 1999 will head to the Sweet 16.
Darius Acuff using a little bit of time. Looks over to Coach Calipari and now going to work with a 3 ball that goes. 34 points. No fouls.
This is going to be Darling. He's got to go. Darling puts it up. Oh! St. John's is going to the Sweet 16.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into another episode of Sports Day. My name is Brant Daughtry. I'm the host of this program, and it's time to do it for one more week. We keep doing this every Monday. It's one more week, right? Every day is one more day. We've got 5 more weeks, 5 more episodes of Sports Day for you. They're all coming up this week. I shouldn't have said that. That made it sound like the show is ending after this week. It's not. We're just starting up a new week of the show. Landon Winkler is over in the corner. He's running the video feed and the cameras, and he will be for the rest of this week and whatever comes after. I don't know why I said it like that. Anyway, Sports Day is Sports Day is presented to you by Barton Community College, offering exceptional and affordable learning opportunities supporting student, community, and employee needs. Today's show is very much a basketball-focused show, I would say. We're very basketball-heavy today, and with good reason. The NCAA tournament is underway in a bunch of different places. The NJCAA tournament is happening right now. Barton, unfortunately, loses to New Mexico Junior College in the opening round of the NJCAA tournament. 3rd year in a row that the Cougars have been there, but this year they are not able to grab a win in Hutchinson, and they will head back to Great Bend, and the sophomores are off to figure out where their next stop is going to be in college basketball. So, big thanks to that program. Let me just say, I finished it up on Saturday. Wasn't sure if we were going to be in today or not, but we are here. And just me for this first segment. Garrett Fitzpatrick, he has a meeting that will get started around 1 p.m., so he came in early today, and we pre-recorded the show. We'll play that for you whenever we get past this first segment. But I wanted to go over the sounds past 24 hours. NCAA tournament action was incredible. Duke wins over TCU. We didn't play that sound, but St. John's gets the win over Kansas. KU falls. They have a sloppy showing offensively. They lose at 67-65. Very low-scoring game. And these two teams, St. John's kind of got Kansas into their style, and we'll talk about that later with Garrett Fitzpatrick. But St. John's, Rick Pitino, that's a Hall of Fame coach, and Bill Self now left wondering what will he do in his future. Michigan State, the 3 seed, advances over Louisville. UConn makes it to the Sweet 16 with a dominant win over UCLA. Iowa, probably the shocker of the tournament so far, one of the shockers of the tournament so far. 9 seed Iowa defeats the number 1 overall seed, or not the number 1 overall seed, but the 1 seed in this part of the bracket, Florida, 73-72. You heard that in the sounds as the shot was made, and Florida couldn't get a shot off on the other end. And so Iowa through the Sweet 16. How about the Nebraska Cornhuskers? Big-time game over Vanderbilt, probably. And I think I say something different in the talk with Garrett later. But I think this was probably the game of the year, or the game of the tournament so far. 74-72, Nebraska through to the round of 16. Illinois ends VCU's run, makes the North Carolina loss look that much weirder. Still a lot of talk with Hubert Davis going on. Houston takes care of Buckyball and Texas A&M. Other side of the bracket, we're now on the right side. Iowa State defeats Kentucky. This Kentucky team just not up to the standard. Tennessee on a little bit of a Cinderella run themselves. They beat number 3 seed Virginia 79-72. Alabama as the 4 seed handles the 5 seed Texas Tech. They're through to the Sweet 16. Michigan, they will face Michigan, the number 1 overall seed, who has not really been challenged so far in the bracket. Purdue takes down Miami. Texas, this is your lowest remaining seed, the 11 seed Texas Longhorns. They defeat the 3 seed Gonzaga to make it through the Sweet 16. They'll face Purdue. And this is an interesting matchup. Texas is not that good of a team, but they're playing like they are, and they are through to the Sweet 16. Arkansas, with arguably the MVP of the tournament so far, and Darius Acuff, they take down High Point 94-88, put an end to High Point's run. And Arizona, the 2nd overall seed, will face off with Arkansas in the Sweet 16. Arizona hasn't really been challenged yet that much either. So that's a look at the Sweet 16 and certainly an exciting NCAA tournament so far. It's Monday. Do you know what that means? It's Water Cooler Monday with Garrett Fitzpatrick. We'll talk about all the weekend's events with Garrett. On the other side of this break, it's a 3-segment show or a three-part conversation. We're going to take you through it one about 12 to 15 minutes at a time. So on the other side, Water Cooler Monday with Garrett Fitzpatrick. You're listening to Sports Day on 1590 KVGV and 95.5 FM.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of Your Local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people. So I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Hey Cougar fans, this is Brant Daughtry, voice of the Barton Cougars. Cheering from the stands is great, but you can give our athletes a true competitive advantage by joining the Cougar Booster Club. Boosters provide the best equipment and facility upgrades, helping Barton athletes succeed at the regional and national level. Whether you're a business or an individual, your support matters. Call 620-792-9377 and become a Cougar Booster today. Go Cougars!
Selling your farm or ranch acres can be stressful. At Red Cedar Land Company, they are extremely diverse in the number of ways they can represent you, and they tailor each project to meet their seller's needs. One of the biggest questions for a seller is, what is my land worth? At Red Cedar Land Company, they offer a free market analysis to help you better understand the value of your land. You deserve a better selling experience. Put your trust in Red Cedar Land Company. Call Cody Crook with Red Cedar Land Company at 620-617-7320.
C&E Doors, this is Cindy.
Do you have any residential doors?
Yes, we do. We just got a full shipment of standard residential doors in.
Papa said we have a load.
Hadley, you can't say that.
Papa does.
Boy, am I in trouble now.
I'll take care of both of you later.
We know how hard residential doors are to find right now, so hurry while supplies last.
Way to change the subject, Dad. You're not off the hook yet.
Hey, announcer, help me out of this.
C&E Doors, Great Bend, and Hayes.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Get active with Rec Sports. Youth and adult baseball and softball leagues are now forming. Don't miss out on the summer baseball and softball leagues for all ages and abilities. Sign up today. Online registration is available at greatbendrec.com. Deadline April 12th.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the Rec.
All right, it's time for Water Cooler Monday. We've got Garrett Fitzpatrick in the studio. Things a little bit different here, Garrett. We're in a different studio than we usually are. We're in a different time frame than we usually are. But you still wanted to come in and talk about it, and it's because, Garrett.
Because I have so much fun. This is awesome.
I know. Thank you.
What?
I absolutely love doing this show on Mondays. I look forward to Monday's show because I feel like you and I are pretty good together.
Yeah.
You know, on this show. So, first of all, really appreciate you kind of taking some time out of your schedule, given what the rest of your schedule looks like. But also,
The listeners really what matters, though. I don't know how many, what we I don't know.
I haven't received any complaints about you. I've received plenty about myself, but nothing about you.
You're not listening to the right people. Then.
There you go. No, I just don't listen to anybody anyway.
Oh, there you go.
I just shut my ears off. Selective hearing is what my mother calls it.
I have that, too. My wife tells me. I hear her twice. It comes in the right ear and out the left ear.
Exactly.
I hear her twice.
Exactly. I'm not married, but anyway, your Nebraska Cornhuskers have won this past weekend, not just their first ever NCAA tournament game, but also their second. They're through to the Sweet 16, and they look good doing it.
Yeah, I tell you, being a Nebraska fan, especially basketball and anything right now, that last shot that Vanderbilt threw up, you just...
Oh, it was halfway down.
You knew it
was halfway down.
Yeah, 3/4 way. I mean, you just knew it was going to go. It's just like, oh, it didn't go, and then I just kind of let it.
It's
it
a
go.
whale of a shot to come from a half court like that. Yeah, and then you hear that one of the things about the NCAA tournament that fans have kind of noticed, that players have noticed, but has not been reported on a whole lot. Is the fact that the balls in the NCAA tournament are usually overinflated. They're very bouncy.
Okay.
And people have looked at that and gone, if that ball's not an NCAA tournament ball, if it's not overinflated, I mean, does it go down?
Is that true? Yeah,
First
time I've heard this, but don't you? I mean, surely there's
they
regulation.
They bounce higher. The balls in the NCAA tournament do bounce higher. They bounce a little harder.
Huh.
There's video evidence of this that
really?
they will bounce higher than a typical college basketball would.
Whoever pumped up that basketball during that game, thank you. Appreciate it.
No kidding.
Shout out to you.
No kidding. No, so Sweet 16, we're through to it, man. And what an NCAA tournament it's been. We'll touch on this as well. KU loses to St. John's.
Yes.
That was a heartbreaker last night. I was very impressed with the way Bill Self coached that game.
Okay.
To get them back into it. And then I know that there are a lot of people that are kind of iffy on Bill Self because of the way this season ended, the way the last couple of seasons have ended. I thought he coached really well in this game, especially going up against the Godfather, Rick Pitino. That was just, especially at the end, the way he used the fouls he had remaining to run some time off the clock and keep St. John's in the backcourt. But they lost the game because couldn't stay in front of the guy.
Yeah, that was, as I was watching that game, and no disrespect to their team, but man, both those teams put the slop into the word sloppy in that first half, especially.
That
was ugly. And yes, you can say there was some good defense with it. You wish there was, but just both teams, in my opinion, which again, I'm not a big basketball fan, so I don't follow the sport tremendously, but I just like sitting there going, man, this is sloppy.
Yeah.
Second half, both teams played a little better, but it was a great game. It's just, just like that Husker game in a way. You hated almost to see one team lose. Just they were that close battling, shot for shot, and that was both of them were good games. But
yep. I can tell you that's the kind of style St. John's wants to play.
Right.
They're a defense first team. They want to get you out of rhythm, and Bill Self talked about it after the game. That this offense that KU had this year never really ever felt like it got going. They were still a good team. They were able to win by just being more talented most of the teams that they played, and they ended up a 4 seed. Like a 4 seed is a pretty good seeding in the NCAA tournament.
Right.
But it never really did feel like the offense ever hit its peak, and a lot of that was the Darren Peterson drama. A lot of that was just some of the players that they brought in. And Bill Self said we need to recruit better. 1 through 5. And obviously Darren Peterson, he's going to be probably a top 3 pick in the draft. There was a time where he was the consensus number 1 overall pick. He's probably fallen a little bit, but mostly because of the play of Darius Acuff of Arkansas, who we'll get to in a little bit. But I think that it does feel like KU this year had a good bit of missed potential.
Right. And I did state that the defense has something to do with that sloppy play.
Yes.
But man, it was just interesting. But, and then, we'll get to this, I'm sure, but I'll throw it out there. Florida getting beat, huh?
Oh yeah. Goodness. That I didn't have on my bingo. Actually, I can't remember if I did or not. I've gone on record saying that I think that the SEC was a little bit weaker than usual this year. I do think that Florida's a good team. I thought they were a very good team, but I didn't think they were as good as they were last year. I think I had them losing in the Sweet 16, maybe to your Nebraska Cornhuskers, Garrett. But no, they don't even make it that far, losing in the round of 32 in a game that was never very friendly.
Yeah.
Those guys don't like each other. There are a lot of folks that don't like Todd Golden, and we can add another one to that list with the head coach at Iowa.
Yeah. When you see the Iowa-Nebraska game, you're going to see Nebraska's coach is pretty stoic. He's pretty calm. There's time he gets a little worked up, but very mellow, I would call it.
Especially as far as basketball coaches go.
Yes. And then you get Iowa and the old Northwest Missouri coach, and he's a little bit far from that. So there's going to be two different styles in coaching there. They did lock up in twice during the regular season, and they split each time at home. So, I was debating on that. Would you rather play a team the third time, or would you rather play a brand new team for the first time that you've never seen or they never seen you?
I think it depends on who the team is. Like
right.
if I'm Nebraska, I don't want to see Florida. Like Florida's a 1 seed. Like Florida's really good.
Right.
And oh gosh, I don't know, because Iowa or
Their
excuse me
height scares me. Florida did.
Florida's front court is very good. Florida does have. He doesn't play a whole lot, but they do have a guy coming off the bench who is 7'8". I believe he's out of Ukraine. But he a gigantic young man whose name escapes me at the moment. But either way, Florida's front court is very good. Ruben Chinyelu is a monster of a paint defender for Florida. And so I don't know if I'm Nebraska, would I rather face that, or would I rather, like you said, familiarity breeds a little bit. Every matchup is different when you've seen a team a couple of times. So I don't know. What do you think as just a Nebraska fan? Would you have rather gone up against that Florida team as the 1 seed, the winners of the SEC, or would you rather face Iowa, a team that is the 9 seed, but also just took down a really good Florida squad?
Well, as when Nebraska entered the Big Ten, Iowa's kind of become our rival, our ugly stepsister. That they have bad corn, Nebraska has good corn. And
there is a real Farmageddon feel to this.
And I don't like Iowa, and I sure don't like Florida. So I really didn't root for either team. I couldn't care less.
You're just hoping for the meteor.
If we win that game, I'd rather beat Iowa than Florida right now. So
fair enough.
Let's bring on Iowa, and we'll see what happens. Not holding my breath, but at least we know we can beat them, and we know we're in the same court with them. So if we got to get hot at threes early. We got to make the threes early.
I'm really impressed, and I've watched a little bit of Nebraska this year, just kind of following the story that has been their season, and I'm really impressed with Hoiberg. You hear coach's son on the roster, and you go, okay, he's probably there to raise the GPA a little bit, and that's kind of his only job. Maybe play hard on scout team, but no, This Hoiberg kid is really good. He's a really good basketball player.
He's a dog. He's so fun to watch. Smallest guy on the court pretty much every game, and he gets rebounds, he assists, he runs it. It's awesome. I got tired of the announcer saying the coach's boy. Come on, he has a name. He's his own person. Call him by his name, not coach's boy.
Yeah, he is certainly not there as a kid taking up a scholarship.
No.
He's a really good player.
No. So, anyway, that's enough Nebraska talk. Who else we got going here?
We can talk about North Carolina, the drama with North Carolina losing in overtime to VCU when they had a 19-point game. This was in the first round, so we're going back to Thursday or Friday here. I can't remember which day this game was. I think it was on Thursday. But North Carolina and Hubert Davis feels like no decision's been made yet, but there's about to be an ugly divorce between those two parties, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I seen this off of divorces. I seen Creighton's coach is retiring.
Really?
Yeah, that's what a report that I seen came out.
Right?
Is it true? I don't know, but throw that out there while we're talking about that. But yeah, that'll be I don't think he'll be back next year.
No, it's interesting, but I mean, who do they go after at that point? I mean, the names that I've seen, just two names out of the SEC that I would love to see not be in the SEC anymore: Nate Oates at Alabama and Todd Golden at Florida. The thing is, like, Todd Golden was just the last year's national champion and a 1 seed this year in a game that you lost by 2. So I don't know if he wants to leave Florida. Like, Florida's a really good job. It's not North Carolina, which is a top 2 job in all of college basketball, maybe top 3 if you want to throw Kentucky in there alongside Duke.
Kentucky, North
Duke,
Carolina,
Kentucky,
KU.
North Carolina, Kansas. Those are the 4.
Right.
And I think that right now Kentucky has dropped out of that upper echelon. You know, I still think they're one of the top jobs, but I think it's right now it's Kansas, North Carolina, and Duke are the best 3 jobs in college basketball. And I don't know if Todd Golden wants to leave for that. Here's the thing. I would think that Nate Oates would probably leave Alabama for that. As good as Alabama's been, they're now in the Sweet 16 for the second year in a row. That's never happened for them. Nate Oates I hate Nate Oates. I don't like him. I don't like the school he works for. Even if he goes and wears Carolina blue, I'm still not going to like him.
Right.
But I do think that North Carolina is a better job than Alabama, and I'm interested to see if that's where Carolina wants to go.
And for you KU people that are thinking that, self's done or whatever, be careful what you ask for, because you never know who you're going to get and
that
what.
man's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He is one of the best coaches in college basketball ever.
Yeah, so I just have to, I read people saying stuff like that, and I just, man, be careful who you get asked for, because you just never know how things will turn out.
He is 63, and since the advent of NIL, where now everybody can pay players, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, his advantage has kind of slipped a little bit. Now, KU's still very good. They're still making the tournament every year. They're still competing for the Big 12 every year. And you can argue that they should have won this game, and Bill Self did all he needed to do to win this game. But the thing is, like you said, the landscape is changing. He's part of the old guard, and he's 63, and he's had health issues. And he, in a post-game press conference, made it very clear he's not made his mind up yet about whether or not he's going to come back. So
he's not. Okay, wasn't aware of that.
No, he is not. He is not sure yet. He said he's gonna, like everybody who's kind of at the end of their careers said, I got to go back and I got to think about it. I got to talk to my family. I got to do that whole number.
And that'll make the dominoes fall.
Yeah, it would. If KU comes open,
yeah.
If the Kansas job comes open, oh my goodness, it's gonna be. Yeah, talk about dominoes. If Kansas and North Carolina come open in the same offseason,
yeah,
you're gonna see movement at every level of college basketball, down to NAIA, D2, JUCO stuff. Like you're going to see a whole bunch of bodies moving, because those two jobs can get about just about anybody they want.
You look at college football this year. Look at all the big openings that was up in the college football this
Yeah.
year. And if this, in college basketball, and is that NIL money starting to talk about? If you're not winning, we don't care who you are, you could be gone.
Yeah, your job is to coach and win basketball games. And at the end of the day, if you're not winning basketball games, then, you've got to do something about it. And if that means replacing a guy, then, it's your head on the line.
Right. 4 big boosters talk aloud.
Yeah. All right. We got to hit our first break of the show. This is Water Cooler Monday. You're listening to Sports Day. It's 1590 KVGB at 95.5 FM, joined by Garrett Fitzpatrick. And we're back with more right after this.
Barton Community College, in partnership with Golden Key Group, proudly offers the nation's first associate degree in federal human resources. This online program prepares anyone for remote federal HR careers across the government. Service members and military spouses can use MyCAA or GI Bill benefits to take the next step toward a flexible, rewarding career from wherever you are. Learn more at federalhr.bartonccc.edu.
Sutherland's is your complete home improvement and hardware store. Tens of thousands of products are in stock at everyday low prices. Sutherland's also offers custom buildings, including post-frame barns, garages, and deck packages too. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Sutherland's, always ready to help you with any project. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, plywood, and OSB, fencing, power tools, furniture, and more. They simply sell for less. Sutherland's, West 10th, Great Bend, helping America build it better since 1917.
Marmy Auto Group makes it happen. Central and Western Kansas. Check out our selection of new and pre-owned inventory. Marmy's friendly staff offers top quality service that you've gotten to know over the years. When your existing vehicle needs parts or service, our experienced team will get you back in the game this season. Marmy Chevrolet, GMC, Ford and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, parts, service, and body shop. Visit Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street or marmys.net. Marmy's make it happen.
Service from people you know, quality products and professional installation. That's Kern Floor Service. Stop by Kern Floor Service and browse through the different selections of flooring from laminate to vinyl, carpet, wood, and ceramic tile. See their selection of area rugs or special order the one that fits your decor, and don't forget, they can spice up those countertops too. So stop by Kern Floor Service today. Kern Floor Service, 908 Coolidge in Great Bend.
Needing a healthcare plan for your business? Let the experienced team at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your needs. Whether you're a large company or a small business on Main Street, FCMI can help you provide employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. From setup to ongoing support, they handle it all. Schedule your free no-obligation health assessment today at freedomclaimsinc.com. That's Freedom Claims Management Incorporated, with locations in Great Bend, Russell, and Plainville.
Welcome back into Sports Day. Brant Daughtry with Garrett Fitzpatrick. It is Water Cooler Monday, and we're recapping the 2 best days in all of sports. The first round of the NCAA tournament has taken place. We're just kind of going down the lists here. I was very impressed that Texas A&M was able to win 2 games in this thing. One of them was a first 4. I did not having them making it past St. Mary's. Well, not only do they make it past St. Mary's, they look pretty convincing doing it. I was impressed by Texas A&M.
Okay, to be honest, I didn't watch it. I watched a lot of golf and wrestling this week.
That's fair.
As longs too.
That's fair, and we'll get to those sports in a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I didn't watch much of that game, to be honest with you.
But Bucky McMillan? Is that the name of the head coach at Texas A&M?
Could be Bucky.
I think. I'm googling it. You're saying it Buckyball. Yeah, it is Bucky McMillan, and he coaches Buckyball. And Buckyball is full court pressure all the time. It is getting in your face. It's harassing you defensively. JUCO basketball fans will see Butler and find it very similar.
Really?
And I think it is a pretty similar style to what Eric Nitschke is doing with the Butler Grizzlies. But they call it Buckyball because Bucky McMillan has been doing it at, was it Samford? It was a mid-major school in Alabama that he was doing it. It was either Samford or Troy. Now, it's going to bother me. I should know this. I should know what he's doing, and I still have the Googler pulled up. It was Samford. It was Samford that he was doing it at, and it was very successful at Samford with it. Now gets hired at Texas A&M and makes the NCAA tournament in his first year, and that's really impressive. Now they run into a buzzsaw against Houston, but Houston has done that to a lot of teams this year.
Houston.
Kelvin Sampson through to the Sweet 16 once again, and Houston's so impressive. I love watching Houston play. I really love Kelvin Sampson, and I kind of want to get him a national championship before his career is done. I picked them to lose in the national championship game this year to Arizona, but I do really hope that Kelvin Sampson can grab one on his way out.
I still, whenever I hear Houston, I just think of Akeem Olajuwon.
Yeah. And that was, look, before Kelvin Sampson, that was the last time they were good.
Yeah.
Was Hakeem the Dream and Phi Slama Jama, right?
Yeah.
But now here they are again. They're a top 5 team in college basketball every single year.
And Georgetown, we don't have them anymore.
No.
They're not.
The Hoyas
they're
are
not relevant anymore. But Patrick Ewing back in the day, they had a heck of a team that year. So, I'm just going old school with you.
No, sure, no, I'm familiar a little bit.
Virginia, wasn't it Virginia? Ralph Sampson?
I couldn't tell you that.
I think so. Maybe I'm wrong, but anyway. Okay, let's go back to modern day basketball.
Modern day basketball. Arizona has yet to be challenged. Really, they had a close-ish game with Utah State. They pull away at the end to win it by 12. High Point, the closest thing we had to a Cinderella story, really, so far. They really, really incredible game against Wisconsin. That's probably the game of the tournament so far. Certainly one of them. Were you watching High Point in Wisconsin? Did you see that ending?
No, I didn't see the ending of it. I seen the video of the bellboy from High Point. It's an older guy in the band area. You'll have to Google it someday.
Yeah, absolutely. So High Point they were the 12 seed, and Wisconsin was the 5, right? That's one of the most common upsets in the NCAA tournament is a 12-5. There's at least one every single year. A 12 will beat a 5. And High Point had this kid whose name escapes me at the moment coming into this game, He's shooting about 45 to 50% from three. He's a three-point sniper. He's attempted 4 two-point field goals all year long coming into this game. He has not made a single one of them. This dude is a three-point specialist. That is his entire job, is get the ball, shoot the three. He's very effective with it. Well, he goes absolutely nuts in this game. He hits a ton of threes. It really is the reason that High Point is in the game. At the very end, Wisconsin is trying to dribble the clock out. High Point is going for the ball. There's about 40 seconds left. High Point gets a steal. There's a run out. It's a 3-on-1 fast break. And the kid who winds up with the ball is the kid who hasn't hit a two-point shot all year. And he's in the open floor. There's nobody in front of him. He makes the layup to put High Point up 83 to 82. Again, first two-point field goal this kid has made the entire season.
Oh, my.
And High Point beats Wisconsin in the first round. That game was so cool. And to see him just bomb it from deep over and over and over. And then, like I said, first two-point field goal of the I don't know.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
For
that's
a
nuts.
season
Isn't it?
to end of your season.
He ended the year 1 of 5 from inside the three-point arc. And this is a team that played 30-something games. Oh, my goodness. But first of all, High Point, really cool first-round game. They made it close with Arkansas. And we touched on this guy a minute ago. Darius Acuff, player of the year in the SEC. Just phenomenal. He's so good. So good. And he leads Arkansas to a win over High Point. I think he had like 25 points, something like that.
So the three-point shooter, did you see him shooting free throws? Did he stand clear at the back of the free throw line?
I don't know if he did or not. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull up a box score here.
Something like that. You think,
and just see
he
what this
probably
dude
stands
did.
on the very back of the circle there, as far back as he can, and shoots those three-pointers, free throws. But
oh no, he comes off the bench too. Yeah, so he went 4 of 6 in this game, 5 of 7 overall. Again, he attempted 1 2-point basket, made it. 2 rebounds, 3 fouls. He did not attempt a free throw in this game against Arkansas. But like I said, coming off the bench, he still had 14 points in 21 minutes. Made 4 threes.
And 3 fouls.
And 3 fouls. Yeah.
So he has a short practice. He just sets out and shoots threes.
That was Wisconsin. That was the Wisconsin
30
game.
minutes, and then he's done.
I feel like what he probably does is he's shooting threes the entire time. He looks pretty comfortable making the layup. It's just not something he does a whole lot. Looking at his stats in the Arkansas game, 30 minutes, 9 points, 3 of 8. So they held him down pretty good. Darius Acuff, I shortchanged him here. Darius Acuff in 34 minutes of action, 11 makes on 22 field goal attempts, 11 of 13 at the foul line, 36 points, and 6 assists. Again, 36 points on 22 shots. Garrett, that's getting it done. And this kid is spectacular. And like I said earlier, he may have taken the first overall draft pick from KU's Darren Peterson. I think that at this point, his consistency is going to give him that number 1 overall draft choice over the potential of Darren Peterson. But seriously, both of those guys super good. But what Acuff has done, I mean, he's led Arkansas to the Sweet 16. That's what it is. He's a John Calipari point guard, and there hasn't been one of those in a while, but he is a John Calipari point guard.
That he is.
Okay. Understood. Here's an upset that we can talk about. Texas.
Let's not talk about
the 11 seed. 1 beats BYU, which I didn't expect, but wasn't super shocked about because
injuries.
BYU's dealt with injuries. Okay, that's fine. An 11 seed beating a 3 seed in the round of 32. Texas over Gonzaga. That's different. That doesn't happen a whole lot.
No. They played in the play-in game, didn't they, Texas?
They did.
Yeah.
Texas did. Texas, let me scroll down here. Texas beat NC State by 2 in the play-in game.
Oh, really? Wow.
So, but then, they kind of handled Gonzaga pretty good. This is a Texas team that isn't great.
No.
Like, I've watched this Texas team play in the SEC all year. They're not very good, but here they are in the Sweet 16.
So, unfortunately, are we going to say Texas right now has kind of been the
They're the closest thing we've got to a Cinderella. Yeah. They're the Cinderella. It's the University of Texas at Austin. Yeah. And that's kind of upsetting. Horns down. I feel like they're going to get blasted by Purdue pretty good, but at the same time, I mean, Purdue is another team that will let you down in March. They are a
Yes.
team that will absolutely
Yeah,
let you down in
coach.
March.
Yeah, he's struggled in March Madness.
Yep. So, winner of Arizona, Arkansas against the winner of Texas and Purdue. Michigan has looked like a wagon so far. No one's been able to stop Michigan. They've won 101-80 over Howard in the first round, 95-72 over the St. Louis Billikens in the second round. And now they get Alabama, who looked very capable against Texas Tech.
Yeah. And, okay, the gentleman that got in trouble, is he done for the season with them? Or
Aiden Holloway, yeah, he ain't worried about basketball right now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they've got him. They're trying to get him on intent to distribute, so he's not going anywhere.
Okay, good. If the story is out correctly,
if what's being reported can be believed, sure.
Right, then he
got to
shouldn't
let
be
that
in
whole
the floor.
system play out. But because of this, here's the thing. Let me say this, and I'm going to try to not get myself or anybody else in trouble here when talking about things like substances. I am not a partaker in that particular drug of choice. Never been big into the Mary Jane. Not something I'm interested in. I know people who are. And so I've spoken to them about this whole thing. And Garrett, do you know how much 2 pounds of that stuff is?
2 pounds?
2 pounds. That is, but like relative.
I'm pretty smart.
Yeah, I didn't catch up with that. So 2 pounds of marijuana is such an insane amount for one person to have. That should last like the average smoker. Again, I'm not speaking from firsthand experience here, so take my word with a grain of salt if that's what you want to do. But based on what I have seen and heard and what I know from close personal friends, that amount, like one person should never have that much for personal use. One person should never have. I would also like to state, I think it's very funny. They officially measured it out to 2.1 ounces, or excuse me, 2.1 pounds. No, hold on. Take 3. 2 pounds, 1 ounce. That was the specific amount. The threshold for intent to distribute in the state of Alabama is 2 pounds, 2 ounces. So he was 1 ounce off, according to police reports. And now I don't want to call it good news. You hate to see a look. I hate Alabama, and I'm not going to sugarcoat that. Aiden Holloway's a very talented young man when it comes to the sport of basketball, and you hate to see a talent like that come to an end like this. But again, the quote unquote good news, if you're looking for a prosecution here, is because he had other paraphernalia, he does not have to hit that 2 pounds, 2 ounces threshold for them to charge with intent to distribute. So, and again, these are all Alabama state laws. So he had enough. The reports are saying he had enough other stuff to where they're probably going to get that charge as well. So, but it appears like Alabama just doesn't need him. I don't know, man. Alabama's. I mean, they took down Hofstra like they should have. I didn't expect them to beat Texas Tech the way they did. I thought Texas Tech was going to win that game.
Yep.
But alas, here we are. Miami of Ohio's run comes to an end. What a really cool story for Miami of Ohio. Very clear that the gap between a mid-major and a high major is about as large as it's ever been, because every good mid-major player is leaving to join a high major team. Tennessee's got a couple of those guys, and but credit to Tennessee, they continue to get upsets. Rick Barnes is another one of those coaches. We talked about it with Purdue a minute ago. Rick Barnes is one of those coaches at Tennessee that will disappoint you in March. Always a very good team. They will lose usually before the Sweet 16, but this year, as the 6th seed, they beat the 3 seed Virginia, and they're through to face Iowa State.
Iowa State's rolling too.
Yeah, Iowa State's real good. Iowa State.
Now, did I see they had a player get tore up his ankle pretty good?
Yeah,
one of their
I
better
think
players, and I don't.
Yeah.
Again, I bring up stuff that I don't know about, but I seen something about it.
They did have a player hurt. He was in a boot at the end of the game. I don't know if he's out. I don't know if he's done forever. I don't
Right.
know what his story is, but Iowa State, certainly a very good team, but Tennessee, if they get up against an injured Iowa State team, you never know. And so that's our recap of the Sweet 16. We got to take a break. And on the other side, more of Water Cooler Monday with Garrett Fitzpatrick. You're listening to Sports Day here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Cini Doors, this is Cindy.
Do you have any residential doors?
Yes, we do. We just got a full shipment of standard residential doors in.
Papa said we have a load.
Hadley, you can't say that.
Papa does.
Boy, am I in trouble now.
I'll take care of both of you later.
We know how hard residential doors are to find right now, so hurry while supplies last.
Way to change the subject, Dad. You're not off the hook yet.
Hey, announcer, help me out of this.
C&E Doors, Great Bend, and Hayes.
Selling your farm or ranch acres can be stressful. At Red Cedar Land Company, they are extremely diverse in the number of ways they can represent you, and they tailor each project to meet their seller's needs. One of the biggest questions for a seller is, what is my land worth? At Red Cedar Land Company, they offer a free market analysis to help you better understand the value of your land. You deserve a better selling experience. Put your trust in Red Cedar Land Company. Call Cody Crook with Red Cedar Land Company at 620-617-7320.
Hey, Cougar fans, this is Brant Daughtry, voice of the Barton Cougars. Cheering from the stands is great, but you can give our athletes a true competitive advantage by joining the Cougar Booster Club. Boosters provide the best equipment and facility upgrades, helping Barton athletes succeed at the regional and national level. Whether you're a business or an individual, your support matters. Call 620-792-9377 and become a Cougar Booster today. Go Cougars!
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of Your Local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Welcome back into Sports Day. It's Water Cooler Monday with Garrett Fitzpatrick. Garrett, again, thanks for coming in. We're going to wrap up basketball talk, not with the NCAA tournament, but with the NJCAA tournament. As here locally, if we can bring college basketball back local, a disappointing end to the season for the Barton Cougars. Had a really good year. It started out with a really poor year. They start out 5-7 in conference play. They rattle off 10 wins in a row. They're able to take home the regular season conference title. They make it to the championship game of the Region 6 tournament. Injuries hold them down against Butler, and they lose that game, and then they lose in the first round of the NJCAA tournament to New Mexico Junior College. Gary, you were telling me you did not watch any of this game. You don't really have any opinion. Do you have an opinion on Barton's season as a whole that you want to share, or just...
Made the national tournament, so
yeah,
ended up can't be too bad. But
no,
unfortunately, I never made his game out there this year, so I don't really have much.
Fair enough. They were a fun team. I will say I think the difference in this game was the fact that New Mexico Junior College is very big. Either 8 or 9 of their players, I had it on my board calling this game, but either 8 or 9 of their players were 6'6" or taller.
Oh, really?
Also, they had more redshirt sophomores than they had freshmen. Mm-hmm. So they're experienced, they're a little bit bulkier, they're tall, and that just gave Barton problems. And it's not that Barton is a small team by any means. Barton's got a 7-footer. They've got 2 6'8" guys that usually play together. But Barton's game plan on the offensive end is get a guard, a matchup that they like, let them drive to the paint and make a play from there, whether it's kicking out to a shooter, dumping it off to a big underneath, or taking the shot themselves. That's been, on this winning streak for Barton, that's been the biggest, most consistent piece of how they've been able to get their points. Well, you get in amongst the trees that New Mexico has, and all of a sudden you can't turn anywhere to get rid of the basketball. Nobody's going to be open, and if you try and go up, it's going to get swatted out of bounds. New Mexico had 2 guys. One of them was Laji Coulibaly, and I can't remember the name, DeLong Muan. was the other young man. And both of those guys about 6'10" and long and lanky and really physical inside. Great rebounders as well. And they both had 3 or 4 blocks in this game. And that just kind of set the tone for what New Mexico was going to do. So Barton just couldn't overcome that size difference, I don't think. And, I mean, heck, they had a point guard out there that was 6'6". I mean, they were just a big
team, huh?
A very big team. Their leading scorer, R.J. Nance, he's listed about 5'10", 5'11", if I remember right. And he's the shortest guy that they ever play in their rotation. But pretty much everybody else, big guy. And Nance did end up being the leading scorer. But the story of that game is he kind of put it away at the end. Barton got the lead down to within 5 with about 8 minutes left to play in the game. And then Nance kind of went off. He scored the bulk of his 20-something points in the final 10 minutes of the game and kind of put the game away. But I do think that the biggest difference in that game was the fact that Barton just couldn't score inside. And that's where they've done most of their scoring this year. So it was a tough matchup for Barton.
Well, they'll have a new team next year.
They will. And we're also
JUCO ball, you have a lot of new players usually.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I will say I am really excited to let everybody know that we are going to start our broadcast of Barton baseball and softball this weekend.
Awesome.
We'll take a break in the midweek. Most of the games that we call will be just whoever that I call will be home games on Saturdays.
Okay.
Those are double headers. They always start at 1, so you can listen on B104.3 The Point for whoever. I believe we have baseball against, I made the schedule today. I believe it's Dodge City who's coming in this week, so looking forward to that. And we'll also have, other things happening as well. We're going to get started up with Great Bend baseball and softball. They start tomorrow. Their baseball is on the road at Garden City. I don't know where softball is going to be, but both teams get underway.
Yeah, good. It's time for the spring sports.
It is indeed. Let's wrap up winter stuff real quick. You said, Garrett, you spent a lot of time watching wrestling this weekend.
Yeah, we got wrestling fans out there, so I just want to touch base on a little of the Division I wrestling. They had their national championship tournament here, and go through the final top 10 places team-wise. And also I found this, and again, folks, this is on Facebook, so I'm not guaranteeing 100%. It's from Wrestling Slang. And it said the top 10 wrestling programs spending last year. This money is from last year, so how it correlates to this year, I don't know. And what do they mean by spending? Again, I don't know. This is just a little thing I've seen. But anyway, winning this year was Penn State. And according to this that I have, Penn State spent $7,865,000 on wrestling. Oklahoma State came in second. And pretty good distance. Penn State scored 181, Oklahoma State 131. Oklahoma State spent $5 million. Then you have Iowa, which was finished 4th this year. Iowa spent $4 million. Ohio State, which finished 5th, spent roughly, where was Ohio State? $3 million. Nebraska, which finished 3rd, they finished $3 million. So that just shows you the money kind of with the wrestling program and who wins and who doesn't. But Dan, I have to tell you what, Oklahoma State, they have a phenomenal program. They did finish second. They had 3 freshmen that won national championships this year. They're the first wrestling program to have 3 national championships from freshmen alone. And one of these freshmen, 133, Jax Frost, he wrestled high school first semester, graduated at semester, went to Oklahoma State, and won the Natty. Man.
So he came in hot is what you're saying.
Yeah, and I don't remember what state he came from. I assume he probably, did pretty well at their state too. So,
yeah.
But, that's incredible for a freshman like that, and to have 3 freshmen win it. And, these freshmen are 18 years old. And they're wrestling 25-year-old guys probably, and their body can change a lot. So, and their winners were, 141, 157, 133. So that 157-pounder, and say those guys are some men that have been, strong, 4 or 5 years older. Visited with one wrestler, from Great Bend that went on, and I asked him one day, so what was the biggest, his freshman year? I said, what's the biggest difference in college and high school? What did you see? He goes, I'm wrestling men.
Yeah.
It's freshmen in it, go to a 4-year school, and it's a whole different animal. So
yeah, those guys have had 4 years of high dollar weightlifting and nutrition and practice against other dudes, and they are solid muscle.
Yes.
I love watching collegiate and Olympic wrestling because you will see human bodies where you're going, you have been working on that for a very long time.
Yes.
And you look very impressive.
Yeah. And you even see it a little bit at the high school level. You go to those tournaments and you see guys that are like, man alive, that kid is ripped. And, and those college age, they learn how to control their weight with food and throughout, as they gain and how to control there. So there's a big difference there. But anyway, wrestling is an awesome sport, and it's a whole different angle. Nebraska had 7 All-Americans, I believe. They had one gentleman that's one of their most decorated wrestlers they had. He snapped his ankle in the second round. So feel bad for him. He was a senior, and those guys like that lose out to injury. But that's part of the game,
It is.
So that's true. And then I watched golf. Mr. Fitzpatrick, he was the winner this weekend. So it's a good tournament for him. And we must not – apparently we're not really close related. He has never sent me any money or anything. I don't know. Maybe after this tournament he'll send me some money.
Not close enough for it to matter.
Yeah.
Is usually how I word that.
Not. Maybe he's my dad's 38th cousin's brother's son or something. I don't know. But anyway, that was my weekend. A lot of wrestling, a little bit of basketball, and quite a bit of golf, and barbecuing, and his life was good.
I didn't know last week. Did you fill out a bracket?
I did. I'll be here. Let's see. Where do we go here? All right. I will say I have Nebraska getting beat this round. I had them winning the first 2, but I did have them getting beat. I've got UConn and Houston, Arizona, and Michigan, and I've got Michigan winning it.
You've got Michigan winning it. Okay.
Michigan winning it. That's my bracket.
All right. Let me see. I'm pulling up mine right now. I have, if I can find it, there it is.
And I have Houston playing Michigan. So I've only lost one. I had Florida winning until the Final Four, and I had Houston beating them there. So
I had Duke, Houston, Arizona, and Michigan. So yeah, pretty chalky in my Final Four. But I have Arizona beating Duke in the national championship game. So I'm still alive. Yeah. I'm doing okay. I've hit about 3/4 of my picks so far, but yeah, really, it's been a lot of fun, the NCAA tournament, and we also, hey, before we get out of here, Royals baseball starts this week.
Let's go, Mets.
So that means Braves baseball also starts this week, because the Braves are hosting the Royals in the first series, which is a very interesting crossover episode for me.
Yes, that is.
So that's
the Mets get the Pirates.
Baseball.
So
Mets or Pirates?
Mets,
okay,
Pirates.
So you know Stacy Immenshoe, our receptionist, also traffic director. She does a billion different things around here.
Uh-huh.
But the woman you talk to at the front desk
Right.
every time you come in,
Right.
she and her husband are big-time Pirates fans.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So
That's one stadium I want to get to. I want to get to the Steelers,
Yeah.
Pirates. I want to see both of those one game. In the fall here, I want to go to the Steelers game because I'm a Steelers fan.
Fair enough.
And I like Pittsburgh Stadium. It looks nice. And a lot of things you see on reports and stuff. That's one of the nicer stadiums that people really like going to. So.
Yeah, what is it? Is it Petco Park? No, that's San Diego.
PNC? Something.
PNC
like
Park,
that.
I think, is what it's called.
It probably changed after last year anyway, so who knows what it is now. But
Fair enough.
baseball's right around the corner. It's going to be a fun season, right?
Absolutely. Boy, we can hope so.
Yes.
We can hope so. It's going to be a long one either way.
Yeah. Some are longer than others.
Yeah, that's true.
Believe me, I know.
That is true. Garrett, thanks so much for coming in today.
Hey, you bet. Enjoy, everyone.
Absolutely. This has been Water Cooler Monday with Garrett Fitzpatrick here on Sports Day.
Needing a healthcare plan for your business? Let the experienced team at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your needs. Whether you're a large company or a small business on Main Street, FCMI can help you provide employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. From setup to ongoing support, they handle it all. Schedule your free no-obligation health assessment today at freedomclaimsinc.com. That's Freedom Claims Management Incorporated, with locations in Great Bend, Russell, and Plainville.
Service from people you know. Quality products and professional installation. That's Kern Floor Service. Stop by Kern Floor Service and browse through the different selections of flooring from laminate to vinyl, carpet, wood, and ceramic tile. See their selection of area rugs or special order the one that fits your decor. And don't forget, they can spice up those countertops too. So stop by Kern Floor Service today. Kern Floor Service, 908 Coolidge in Great Bend.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys make it happen.
Sutherland's is your complete home improvement and hardware store. Tens of thousands of products are in stock at everyday low prices. Sutherland's also offers custom buildings, including post-frame barns, garages, and deck packages too. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Sutherland's, always ready to help you with any project. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, plywood, and OSB, fencing, power tools, furniture, and more. They simply sell for less. Sutherland's, West 10th, Great Bend, helping America build it better since 1917.
Hey, this is a little abrupt. Usually we like to have some bumper music here, but there's such short time left in the show today that we didn't have time to actually play the bumper music. But I do want to take this time to say thanks to Garrett Fitzpatrick for joining me. It was Water Cooler Monday once again. Again, its schedule's a little bit weird, but he found the time to come in and talk with sports with me for an hour, and really appreciate him doing that every week. Also appreciate Landon Winkler. He's running the video feed and the cameras as he does every single day. Tomorrow's show will be a short one. We've got Royals baseball coming on at 1, so Sports Day will only run from 12:30 to 1 p.m. So a half show for us tomorrow. Still looking forward to it. It will be here, same time, same place, 12:30. That's right here on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. This has been Sports Day.